Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Tacoma SRT5 coming at you with the Lincoln Town Car Coolant Flush Part 2. At the end of the last video, we added our coolant flush into the system, and we let the vehicle run for 15-20 minutes, get all that stuff flushed through. Now, what I did off camera, because I dropped and broke my phone, so I'm sorry everyone, it's been a while, but we let that run, we drained that, and then we filled it with water, let that run, and drained that. So this is empty right now. The hose is here to remind me that everything is empty. And our plug down there, the drain, where is it? The white drain, right there. That's a 19 millimeter, that's closed and tight. And as we covered in our previous video, this is dirty, and I tried removing it and cleaning it already, and it just did not come clean. So I've went and bought another one online, and it's clear and it works. Dorman, pretty decent replacement, and we'll be replacing that next. So to get started, we're going to grab a pliers and remove this hose. And where are we here? Trying to get a good shot of this, the back of the tank. There's another clamp down here, which is going to be hard to access and even harder to get on camera. But you see, if you can see it, it's another one of these same style clamps. You'll need to get with the pliers, grab on and slide it down, and then work this pipe off, and you'll be able to replace the tank. You also need an 8 millimeter socket to remove the tank. So we'll get started on that.
Done pause.
It's recording? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to remove our 8 millimeter bolt. Actually, let's wait on that first, since we've got to grab onto things here. We'll take our pliers, give that a pinch, and wiggle it off here. And then we grab on the hose and wiggle that as well as we pull and work it off. Okay, that's out of the way. And back here, as I've pointed out before, there's the other clamp, which is, it's not hard to get to, it's just hard to record. Honey, if you could stand up over there and maybe look this way. Can you see it if you move the camera down here? Don't look at me, look at my finger. You see where I'm pointing?
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of lay across the front of the car and try and grab this with the pliers. Grab it. You see where the pliers is?
No, all I see is your arm.
Look. Try and keep the phone aimed at where I'm working. Okay?
Well, I can't really see because the sun is shining on all the fingerprints.
I know it's difficult to see, but this is where you see where my hand is.
Yeah.
Follow my hand to the end of the tool, and there's the clamp. So then we loosen the clamp, and now that hose is not clamped on. So next we can remove our 8 millimeter screw. I don't know why I grabbed big extension, but whatever. There we go. That's removed. You just pick up on this. And we're going to grab this hose, wiggle it loose, and this is leftover nasty water from stuck in the chambers of this tank.
That is disgusting.
But you see, it's empty. Nothing's coming out. It's Well, now it is.
Ew.
But there's that. And like I said, that's just water. That's just water from running the system after the coolant flush has been done. So that's why I'm very thorough, because you don't want to just add that coolant flush to your nasty coolant and then drain that and then add water, because there's still stuff left over. There's still coolant in the block even though your drain is empty because of the way the system works. So we'll grab this new one. And remove the zip tie here. Slide in the hose. All the way on. And then this tab, come over here, honey. This tab slides into this slot. In here. And then our 8mm lines up again. And this tab also goes into this slot. This is a very nice aftermarket tank. Just doing everything reverse of the way we just took it apart. And it's just an 8mm, so it just needs to be, you know, kind of snug. We put our hose back. And we grab our pliers. Then we put the clamp back. And then we can go over here, honey.
Ow.
And if you can try and reach down to be able to see, this is going to be fun. And we get a hold of that clamp. We give it a pinch, slide it back up to where it's supposed to be, up top, and we got our new tank in. Now what we need to do is add coolant, because there's no coolant. Well, there's what's left over, the water is in the block. So I'm going to add one, personally, how I do things, I add 1 gallon of coolant to match the remaining gallon of water that's in the block, and then I'll add 50-50 from there. Whether I make 50-50 out of concentrate, or whether I just grab a can of 50-50 and add it. Either way, I usually buy concentrate because I work on cars, and I can add a little concentrate or I can add a little water to adjust the... Where'd it go? Oh, adjust the freezing and boiling temperature of the coolant. I've got one of those little tools. It's about $3 from Walmart. It's got a bulb on it. You squeeze it and it'll blow bubbles down into your coolant. It will suck some up, and it's got a needle. It'll say your freezing and boiling temperature. And it's useful. It's not perfect, but it's useful. But what you want to make sure that you don't do is have too much water, so that way when winter comes and some morning you start driving to work and that water has frozen and cracked something in your engine, or broken the coolant line or a block or anything else. So you always want to make sure you have the right ratio of coolant, concentrate, and water. And that's it, really. So we're going to remove the cap and we're going to add our coolant, which you don't really need to watch us do. So we'll add our coolant, and we'll end the movie here and move on to the next job.